KVAL News starts right now.
The 4th of July weekend is here.
This is a live look at Eugene on this Friday. There are some clouds out there this evening. We're all hoping they disappear by tomorrow for sure. Good evening. I'm David Walker.
And I'm Jennifer Winters. Thanks for joining KVAL News. KVAL Seth Wayne is outside our studios in South Eugene.
Well, Seth, we all want to know, is the sun going to make a comeback for the 4th?
It will make a comeback, no doubt about that. We're looking at that cloud cover chopping up just a bit at this dinner time hour. I mentioned this at 5. I'll mention this again now. We have a few passing showers across the southern half of the Willamette Valley, certainly on the cooler side for this second evening of July. And you can tell that that cloud cover sticks with us not only here in Eugene, Springfield, but along the coastline. And if your Friday commute takes you up towards the north, mainly into Portland and eventually up into Seattle, you'll certainly be dealing with a good amount of shower activity heading that way. So after our shower activity is done and over with, we are looking at those temperatures in the low 60s, at least right now in Eugene, 61. We've been in this low 60s through the last couple of days and the last couple of hours. Along the coastline, we're looking at those temperatures in the 60s as well. Let's break it down for you. We'll eventually really warm things up. By Sunday, we're looking at those highs in the upper 70s and then in the 80s by Monday. But the big trend, Jennifer and David, this weekend will be morning clouds and then afternoon sunshine. A gorgeous looking fireworks forecast. We'll talk more about that coming up in about 10 minutes.
As KVAL News first reported last night, a former Lane County employee is suing the county. She says she was discriminated against because she's a lesbian. KVAL's Katie Bohr investigates the allegation in tonight's Fact Finder report.
After nearly 10 years of employment, Linda Wagner no longer works here at the Department of Youth Services. That's because she says, based upon her sexual orientation, there was a hostile work environment. And when she filed a complaint, nothing was done about it. Neither Wagner nor her lawyer would go on camera to talk about this story, but in this lawsuit filed Tuesday, the former senior management analyst states she is openly lesbian. She claims after another lesbian employee got a promotion, homosexual workers in the office were discriminated against. She says coworkers made derogatory comments, and there was, quote, gay bashing, shunning, and hostility. So I called the Youth Service Director, Lisa Smith, to ask her about the workplace environment.
Hi, Lisa. This is Katie Bohr with KVAL News. I am just calling in relation to a lawsuit against the...
She could not comment on the lawsuit and did not want to go on camera. She did respond to my question about training. She says all Lane County employees go through sexual discrimination, respect, and diversity training. Wagner's lawsuit also claims management never did anything to stop the bad behavior. After requesting a complete review, Linda Wagner also contacted the Board of Commissioners, concerned that she, along with her fellow lesbian coworkers, were being harassed. In the lawsuit, Wagner claims the board did nothing. Dave and Jen, I talked to one of the commissioners. The rest of them could not be reached. We spoke to Bill Dwyer. He said he was not able to talk to me about the case, but he said when people do make complaints, they respond to all of them. Now, today, I tried to talk to more than a dozen people involved in this case, but no one would go on camera for me.
Now, Katie, what's Wagner doing now?
Well, she has been reassigned. She's now working in Douglas County Juvenile Department, so that's where she is for the time being.
Thanks a lot, Katie, for that. Now, KVAL News is committed to accurate coverage and including all sides of the story. If you think we missed a side or we got something wrong, call us or send us a message through email, Facebook, or Twitter. We're dedicated to telling a fair story.
Well, we have continuing coverage on the Kyron Horman case tonight. The 7-year-old Portland boy disappeared 4 weeks ago now. Today, the Multnomah County Sheriff said they have every reason to believe Kyron is still alive. They also say there's no indication Kyron's stepmother, Terry Horman, has been uncooperative with authorities. Yesterday, Kyron's biological parents made a public plea for her to cooperate with the investigation.
A KVAL follow-up now. We have an update on a story we first brought you last month. We've learned Eugene businessman Dennis Solon was under investigation for stealing more than $1 million in the weeks before he committed suicide. This information comes from state documents we obtained in a public records request. Solon ran an accounting practice in Eugene. Before he died, he admitted to stealing money from a nonprofit foundation he helped manage. Solon killed himself outside of Eugene Marine Funeral Home in early June. Officials have now closed the investigation because they can't prosecute a dead person.
Well, I went to the state capitol in Salem today where a group of people are trying to make it easier for Oregonians to buy pot. Today they turned in more petition signatures. The initiative would make it legal for people who use medical marijuana to buy from state-regulated dispensaries instead of growing their own or finding someone to do it for them. If enough signatures are validated, the measure will make it on to the November ballot.
The problem with the current law is it expects these sick people to produce their own medicine, which works for some, but for many it's a big headache or downright impossible. This will make the medicine available at a dispensary like a pharmacy where they can just go buy it.
Backers of the initiative need just under 83,000 valid signatures to qualify for the ballot. The state has until August 1st to validate the signatures.
Well, it looks like the Randy Pepe Beltline is here to stay. Organizers had to collect 83,000 signatures by 5 p.m. today to get their initiative on the November ballot. The initiative would have reversed the name change, keeping the road just Beltline. But we've learned the group only received about 1,100 signatures, not even close to the 83,000 needed. The initiative would have also required voter approval to rename any state-owned property. He went from one of Sudan's lost boys to U.S. flag bearer at the Beijing Olympics.
Lopez Lemong is in Eugene this weekend to run in the pre-classic.
KVAL's Molly Blancett has his inspiring story.
It's new tonight at 6.
The 2000 Summer Olympic Games in Sydney, Australia. Michael Johnson wins the 400. Lopez Lemong was living thousands of miles away in a refugee camp in Kenya after being abducted from his native Sudan 9 years before.
I was just in this darkness.
He paid 5 shillings and walked 5 miles to watch Johnson race, and the victory inspired Lemong to run.
I tell myself I want to be as fast as that guy, running for that country one day.
That day has come. In 2007, he became a U.S. citizen. 2008, Lemong made the Olympic team and was chosen to carry the American flag in the opening ceremonies.
And to be able to get that flag, because that's a flag I didn't have. Now I was being welcomed and just said, this is your flag, go out and represent your country with pride. I was so happy.
And now Lemong edges ahead.
Just last week, Lemong won the 1500 at the U.S. Championships in Iowa.
It's a Bowerman mile. It's the last one, last day.
And he hopes to repeat that victory at the pre-classic.
I compete for joy now. Before, when I was running away, I was basically running away from the bullet, chasing me, and bad guys chasing me, and things like that. Now it's time for me to be able to put my shoes on, put my uniform on, and just go out there and just run for joy, and run for the people that come and see me.
In Eugene, I'm Molly Blancett, KVAL News.
You can hear more of Lopez Lemong's story tomorrow after the meet. He'll speak at 7 p.m. in the Fur Room of the EMU. That event is free. For more information, go to kval.com/newslinks.
Well, the 4th of July is this Sunday, and tonight we have a countdown of some of the fireworks shows around town. Gates for the Freedom Festival at Alton Baker Park will open at 11 a.m. Sunday. They'll have music, food, art, beer, and wine during the day. Fireworks start at 10 o'clock that night. Or you can head to the Light of Liberty fireworks show at Island Park in Springfield. Tickets are $7 at the gate. We received several comments on our website saying we should mention Cresswell's fireworks show. Of course we should. It's a good one. Begins at dusk at the Crest Lane Elementary and High School. For a complete roundup of fireworks shows around the state of Oregon, head to KVAL.com.
And coming up on KVAL News, you can take in the live art. Oh, I'm sorry. We want to talk about U-News reporters.
Well, we've had some good pictures coming in already for the 4th of July, and we'd like to invite you when you're out and about over the 4th of July holiday. Take some pictures, log on to KVAL.com, click on U-News, and send them to us. We can see what everybody was up to for the holidays.
I was just excited about Art in the Vineyard. That's coming up on KVAL News. We'll take you live to the event at Alton Baker Park.
And we have an email scam that is spreading fast. We expose scammers posing as your friends.
All right, let's take a look and show you what's going on in the world of weather. That mostly cloudy trend sticks around tonight. Temperatures will warm up, but cool off tonight. 49 at 11, 47 at 6 a.m. Look at this, only hit a high of 61 today in Eugene. What a difference a year makes. This time last year, we were at 93 degrees. We'll be back in the 90s. We'll tell you when next as KVAL News at 6 continues.
News.